these drones back until we do that, because they go, oh, we'll just send 1,000 of them at them, and even if we only kill 5 people, it'll be a win for them. Doesn't matter how many we kill in return. They don't care. They want the moral victory. What everybody's forgetting is what they've been saying for 47 years. Death to America. So I have to ask, was there no imminent threat? Do they have they attacked Americans in the past? Have they killed Americans in the past? The answer is absolutely yes. They have. That's an imminent threat. May not be systematic. The reason it's not an imminent threat dramatically is because we have right? But guess what they do have? They have terror proxies. You believe for an instant, for one second, that those people hear about our southern border being open or integrate them here. There's an imminent threat working all over this country. To say that there's not is absolutely insanity, and it's disingenuous. The threat is here. They're patient enough to wait for the right time.
Okay, so based on what you just said, Ice, I appreciate it.
Do you wait, Leroy? Is your neighbor threatening to burn your house down? Do you call the police then, or do you wait for him to pour the fuel on your house and light it on fire before you start to say, hey, I got to do something?
That's rhetorical, right? So let me answer the question.
Hold on. Hillary Clinton, literally, you can laugh all you want.
No, I'm trying to answer questions and I get cut off. Go ahead.
Secretary, you like rhetorical question. So
I want to make sure.
The Secretary of State, do you believe that she had more information than the average person?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so when she was campaigning after being the Secretary of State, she literally said she would go into Iran. She would use military force, that it needed to be done. That during her administration and any future administration, there would never be a time where they were ever going to be a threat to have nuclear weapons. So she's a woman that had privy to intelligence that none of us will ever have.
So did Colin Powell, though. So did Colin Powell, and he admitted he was wrong.
And he doesn't know what's going on with Iran in the life.
But so did Colin Powell. I mean, we went into a war that he admitted that was wrong. Come on, you can't always go by what people say.
Okay, so I'll ask you this.
You know that.
So I'm going to ask you this. What's a weapon of mass destruction? Leroy?
What's a weapon of a nuclear bomb? A nuclear bomb is a weapon of mass destruction. About an agreement not to.
Powell. We're gonna talk about all these dumb wars and everything else we got to have because.
But wait. You asked me, bro. Listen, I thought my question was. Let's agree with you guys. Let me say, I'm not really against with a lot of things you're saying, and I think the answers that you gave, they're not going to be able to do it all as quickly as I would have liked. And I think that the solution that someone asked me, I said boots on the ground, and someone said no, give them time, and they're going to, methodically, surgically work this thing out. I think that's the best response to the problem.
Yeah.
I think that's what you guys have already said. The fact that you guys can go down the rabbit hole is not the issue anymore. It's how to solve this problem. That's all I was talking about. Okay, the rabbit hole conversation is, I can't argue that.
Right. So what happens in a country where you have a dictator and the people or the media or other people their military we're doing what we're told, and there's no question about it, right? But in America, what we have is we have a divided country fighting about it on political lines because they believe that their party is on one side and the other party is on the other. But all presidents have said since the IRGC took over that we need to stop them, that they're an issue. But only one president has had the balls to say, we're going to put an end to it. we're going to put an end to your threats and your chance of death to America. Now, there's strategic play, okay? But everything about this has needed to be done for a long time. Fair to say that?
I heard that was said. It needed to be taken care of a long time ago. I heard that.
And do you agree that it's better to take care of it before now? It is said that Iran even said we were within weeks of having 11 nuclear weapons. Okay.
So I agree that. Oh, let you ask a question. The time to do it. That's my point. I don't know if the preparations. I don't think the preparations for dealing with it is not going well. I think to do it is. I think okay. So it needed to be done. It needed to be done, but I think the preparation sucks.
Okay, so here let's just say you're right. Let's say the preparation sucks. Now's not the time. But let's play the devil's advocate for a second here. Say Iran's not lying. If they were 2 to 3 weeks away, like they're claiming, is the best time to do it 2 to 3 weeks because they don't have a missile that can strike us. But do their allies, do they have missiles that they could give or that Iran could purchase that could strike America?
Okay, so why did Trump say weeks back that they had already destroyed? Why did he say they already destroyed their nuclear missile capabilities? He said that wholeheartedly and say we have to knock out their abilities to.
Doesn't mean they can't rebuild it.
How fast was it going to be rebuilt in that? Since then, it wasn't so long ago.
So
it wasn't so long ago he said that.
Exactly why
they weren't going to build it, and they weren't going to build it now.
Exactly why they went back.
On Google. You go on Google and tell me how deep a bunker buster bomb goes.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up though.
But Leroy, listen.
Okay, but Leroy, are you saying that? I'm just asking Leroy a quick question.
Leroy, you're just bouncing from excuse to excuse.
This was not the. You said this is not.
Really?
Wasn't the time. Leroy, are you saying well, this? I don't think was the time, or are you saying it because Trump is doing it?
Yes, thank you.
Would it have been a time?
Thank you.
Would it have been a? Would it have been a time if it was Obama?
Question.
That's a good question. May I answer, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. I want you to answer.
I think it needed to be done by any president, but I think that you have to. That's my context.
I disagree. They spent about a month and a half. Right, Congressman, keep going. He wants it to be publicly discussed for 2 months.
Nobody said publicly. Shut up. That's not
Leroy, hold on. Do you believe that if Trump has a specific deadline that he should come out and tell the media, Congress, and the whole world and Iran, here's the deal, we're coming in and we're striking on this day, and we are going to stop all operations on X day. Do you think that is a good plan or a bad plan to tell them what your plan is?
I think that he shouldn't tell the media or anybody what the plan is, but I think the structure of the plan, the way the plan was secretly, the way he can roll it out so when he finally acts, we wouldn't be in this situation with the Straits and worrying about this, that, and the other. I think the plan, I think he would have more. He didn't have to tell the public anything. He didn't have to ask the public to go and do it. So why would I think he should tell us? But I think that if he's going to do it, at least it's come out where it looks like he had a plan. Not just haphazard plan. He looked like he didn't have a good plan.
Okay, Leroy. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, Leroy. Tell me how you think he should have done it.
Okay.
I'm thinking you think he should just knock on the door and go, yo, can y'all whisper?
No. I'll tell you. I think what he should have done. I think that he should have sat down with NATO's. I think he should have sat down with people who are aligned with us. I think he should have sat down with everybody, get everybody on board, because this was not just a 2-country operation. This is a more than one country operation to solve this problem. I think it's a bigger problem.
The more people you tell, the more.
Listen, you asked me, can I finish my thought?
Let him finish because go ahead.
So I think I would have wanted to get the ones who are on board with me, who all our parties are interest, get them on board, get a good plan together, even secure the straits, get everything, foresight everything, right? And then when you bust out, they don't have a chance. They won't even have a chance to even come out their rat hole. They would be like, oh shit, fuck, we can't do anything. So you cover all of your stuff.
That makes no sense, Leroy.
I just told you that's strong military planning right there.
Leroy, this is why you get messed over in being a president. If you would have so I know you old enough to know that there's leakage. Someone's going to blow a whistleblower. Someone is going to let them know ahead of time.
He wants.
I don't think would have happened really. I think my plan was better. I think my plan strengths. I would take a chance with leakage and no support at all, though.
You heard you. He wanted the straits to be secured before they attack. So if they go out and secure straits, obviously they're going to hiding.
Right, so now you hide the heads of the state. You have them prepared because all it takes is one simple leak. We know this. We know there's a lot of cowards in Europe that are piss poor leaders. Their countries aren't helping Ukraine, but yet Russia's a threat at their doorstep. So this is who you have leading in Europe. This is why Europe, at one point, almost was conquered. And you know what? Why it could be again. And this is why they need the leadership. You need leadership that doesn't make popular decisions. They make the right decisions. And I'm going to tell you something. If you don't believe that our military leaders had a plan for going into Iraq years, and that plan is ever changing, you're absolutely crazy. These generals do nothing. When they're there, their job is to be prepared at any moment for the call from the president to either defend or attack based on something that they don't know themselves.
They didn't have a good prepared plan.
Leroy, how do you know that they didn't sit down? How do you know Rubio or Trump didn't make calls to people in the UN and said, hey guys, we got a problem with Iran. There's potential threat that here's what we know. They might attack Israel soon. And they were like, no, we don't want to get involved. No, we don't want to get involved. So do you go to the world and they come out and tell them all, we tried talking to the UN. They don't want to get involved with Iran because they're scared of the ramifications of a war growing. So we're going to do this, but we'll let you know when. No.
Yeah, but you know what? Your point.
We don't talk about the UN being pussies. What do? We handled it back. They know already the UN was not going to. Guess what else Hillary and other presidents all said? You stand with your allies. So if your allies, we heard a Democrat congressman said Israel, there was an imminent threat, not here in America. So let your allies get leveled by Israel, who wants to commit genocide, who wants to wipe them off of the face of the earth. Let's let that happen to our allies and see who stands with America ever again.
No, I get you. I mean, listen, all I'm saying is that the premise, you got to keep in mind, right? These are not the premise behind why he said he went in there. That premise changed about 15, 20 times. And the premise was never like, see, you guys are giving the same consistent premise. You know how many and this administration said why they went in there? It'll make your head spin. It would literally make your head spin.
Tell us one or two that you think that he ridiculous. That he think he's an L to.
He said that there was an imminent threat. Some of the people said it wasn't. He said that. Wait. Marco Rubio said, "Oh, we knew that Israel was going to attack, and if Israel attacked, he was going to attack our stuff." Well, naturally, I mean, what do you think is going to happen if they're attacked? They're going to attack back, But that was another premise. Then it was another premise. Oh, they rigging up the nuclear bomb. So there's another premise. Then it was another premise. Oh, Trump said they were coming after me, and I was going to get them first. He just give you. Dude, I don't know.
Okay, I got it. Let me respond.
Jesus Christ, there's so many purposes.
Topics all under the same umbrella.
Dude, they're too many separate premises.
Yeah,
It sounds crazy.
Go ahead, let me respond to this because we've hit the imminent threat multiple times. First of all, what Rubio said was it wasn't about attack, the moment of attack. Okay, the intelligence that the Israelis got was actually from the CIA. So the CIA told Israel that they were going to have a meeting that was above ground. And so that was a perfect moment for them to attack. It was our intelligence that gave them that information. They said, well, we're going to hit that spot. And then that at the same time. That's what Rubio said. And it was twisted into, oh, well, we weren't going to attack, but they attacked. So we did it because of them. That's not true. He had multiple press conferences where he debunked that narrative. But the imminent attack, I talk to Iranians every day. My friend called from Sweden while we were talking about were they going to attack, not going to attack. He said Iran was going to attack. He said Iran is getting ready to attack. So we've been talking about this for weeks. War is that they waited. They negotiated and they waited and they got, caught flat-footed. So one thing that they were getting their people ready for was they were going to attack. So whether it was a bluff or not, it was enough for us to say, okay, you're bluffing, we're going to call your bluff. Now we're going to attack because you are showing us an imminent threat. So everything Trump said is legit.
Yes, and Simon, let me ask you, so is it true that they knew there was an imminent threat, yes or no?
Absolutely.
Okay, so now, yes, there was to Israel, actually a Democrat senator actually came out and said that, yes, there was an imminent threat there. So there was, it was that line, right? So is it true that Trump said in January, I think it was the 12th or 13th, that, hey, help is coming to the people of Iran to stand strong, help is coming, we're on our way. So, did he say it? Did he say it?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so guess what? So he said those two things, right? So he warned. Was he having negotiations? He tried negotiating, correct? They were sitting at tables negotiating. We were all aware of that. So all these things happened. Now, if I'm going to negotiate with somebody and they want to start playing games, and you know they're not going to be where you want to be, you don't need to wait. We already know what we're going to do. We're going to strike before you need to. I need to hit the knockout blow before you're even prepared for it. When your jaw's hanging, that's when I hit it. That way you're knocked out, right? I don't like to clench your jaw, get your mouthpiece in, get your headgear on. That's not what we do. So Trump, if anybody's watched Trump negotiate, this is what he's done with everybody. All right, we'll talk for a couple. The hell, we're done talking. Done. It's over. No more. That's what he's done universally. But all these things he talked about are things that he's still fighting for. So just the simple fact that he gave 3 or 4 different reasons, we don't just take one reason and say we're going to go in and start bombing the hell out of somebody. He had multiple reasons. They knew they were trying to. When somebody says they're going to kill your president, you go take care of it. You cut the head off of that snake. Fair?
Okay. I mean, listen. If you want to find,
He should wait until after he did.
If you want to force a square into a round circle, you can try, but the number of various confusions behind it is why it's confusing now, and why NATO is not supporting him, because they don't trust where he stands. All those could be an combination. All those could be valid, but now you have a whole group of a bunch of countries like, I ain't fucking with him because I don't know how this guy roll. I don't want to roll like him. So now you got all these heads of countries that don't want to fuck with him. You can say fuck them, but they're a country too, and they got a military, and they have interests, and they don't want their shit fucked with. So that's he didn't do a good job at. That's the problem, man.
Trump told all the NATO niggas, listen,
we don't need you. We don't need you.
No.
That's what he's saying now.
Hold on. Because you know that from your own upbringing, that if your cousin fighting, it don't matter the reason why he fighting. You jump in and you fight. That's culture. So the fact that we've been looking out for these folks all this time, and then when it's time to fight,
Now y'all bitch ass niggas don't want to fight.
Yeah, but they got to do with the
and you have to be paying. And I done put all this money. I done put all this money in your country all these years, and now you don't want to fight when it's time to. When these niggas live closer to you than they do me.
But that's not the problem now.
It is the problem.
No, the problem is you cause the problem when they don't want to fight. That's the problem.
Exactly. That's the.
They don't want to fuck with you because you didn't do the shit.
Leroy, because listen, why if he ain't doing shit right, then why are all of the European countries saying no? We need to get the Muslims out. You see, it took for somebody like Trump to step up and say this shit is wrong. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Y'all niggas operating in a lab using economic theories when all of this shit is wrong. Everybody said that the prices was gonna shoot through the roof with the tariffs. It didn't happen. Everybody said that the gas prices are gonna go up. It just happened because of a war. But prior to that, it didn't happen. He proved every single person wrong. So now the world is looking at him saying, oh shit, the prices are dropping. Shit. The country is actually coming back to a stable place because we're paying for everybody. We're not paying for people all around the world. We're not paying for people here who shouldn't get it. Maybe it's different. They're looking at something different. It's not wrong. It's just different. Because then they're used to somebody walking in, shaking hands. We paying for these niggas and asking them to do shit. Like,
why is he saying they don't need? Why is he saying we don't need? Why is he saying that?
Leroy, think about this, bro.
Why are you saying that?
Listen, Leroy, listen. If your household, you, Leroy, the job that you work, if you're paying for my household to stay afloat, and you ask me to do something, and I don't do it, what exactly would you do next?
Yeah, you got to show their loyalty. You know, after all this time, this is the one time, and he said we don't need their help.
Right.
But it would be nice to show their loyalty at a time when we're doing something big. So,
yeah, but you know what?
None of those countries has come out and said the Islamic Republic should stay, or we shouldn't be doing this. All they've said is, like England said that at the beginning they didn't want to help, and now they want to help.
Yeah.
One second.
Can
I add this in here? But I just want to let y'all know one thing. The radical Muslims, they don't speak for all, because listen, I'm Muslim, but I'm not. That's the radical Muslims do not speak for everyone, right? So there's different type of states in Islam, just like it's different type of states in Christianity or Buddhism or Hinduism, whatever you want to be into. I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree that, you know what I'm saying, if I go and blow up a building, then I'm going to have 37 virgins booty butt naked waiting on me whenever I get up there. Yeah, no, that's not what's going on.
Let me ask you this. Do you fear a typical moderate Muslim, or do you fear a radical Muslim more? And so let's just use this. I've tried to use this analogy before, people laugh about it, but let's be real. We can take New York City. Are the gangs, do they outnumber the population? Hell no, it's a small group, right?
Yeah, but they're just speaking up the most.
Yeah.
That's why everybody thinks that that's why everybody feels like every last one of them is tripping, because they're the loudest in the room.
And they're the most dangerous, so they know that if the moderate, if the peaceful Muslims say stop, we don't, guess what? They get killed. It happened in Iraq. I talked to a guy who lived there, okay, when we went in. He told me why they didn't support him like they did the first time, because when we rolled through, they were out there, they were throwing flowers on the tanks, they were bringing the bread. For them, that's a lot to give. They were giving what they could to these soldiers, right? But they kept rolling through. And then what happened when our soldiers came back through, and these family members saw people strung up by light poles because they were supporting American troops. That's the radical. Now, a moderate would be like, we disagree with you, but we're not going to go kill you for it. But it's those radicals that give everybody a bad name. It's the radicals that are the ones that are here in America. Not all of them. I'm not saying all. You know what I mean? The radical ones here are the ones that are there. They're not all of them. I have friends that are Muslim and they're just
that's why I just wanted to let that be known. Like it's the radical ones, just like they got radical Christians that's over there that they're beheading people right now. It's like don't you? Let's not blame the entire religion. That's what I want y'all to kind of get to. I mean, let's not blame the entire religion. Let's blame the people of the 16th district. Tomorrow is Tuesday, March 7th.
Tomorrow's primary approaching.
I'm John Kitover, candidate for Congress here in Illinois. If you made it, my title with Donna, this is happy St. Patrick's Day. It's my honor to give this tribute. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Chicago.
What do I want to see now?
Oh, you said, you only see what you want to see. That's what I'm trying to say.
No. Tell me what I want to see.
Yeah, okay, what you need to see.
No. Bro, we not gonna have.
I know that.
I can't be indoctrinated. I'll have a conversation with you, but I cannot be indoctrinated. Please don't try.
Okay, here's what you need to see.
Have a conversation with me.
You need to see people celebrating. You see people in the street celebrating.
Yes.
This man has done, right?
I saw that.
Now, okay, well, if you saw that, why are you giving pushback on what this man has done with the UN? He said we don't need. Hold on. He said we don't need them, but that's what you kept until Simon who said use them. We would like for them. Now, you don't hear that part. That's people like you. No, you didn't. You heard him say that?
Do you mind if I answer?
Now answer. Now let me get a question out. You heard Trump say that part?
Say it again. What's the part?
The part that Simon said. You said we don't need them.
Yes.
But we would like that they can also participate. We can have their help. Did you hear him say that?
I heard that. Yes.
So they know that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the bottom.
He's talking about this what other countries disapprove of him.
Okay, so I want to go back to one. I'll say this: the Iranians who dancing in the street, I've heard them say, "We know Trump is not there for us. We are only happy because for the first time we got somebody. We didn't care who it was that will topple this regime that is going against kill." Iranians say. Then a person went up to say, "I just hope that when they come in, they don't kill too many of us. We know we're going to die, but we would rather die than to have this regime control us and kill us, but we want it to stop, but we're willing to die. And if Trump administration comes in and we all have to die, let's just pray that he don't kill too many. This dancing is not celebrating Trump. They don't give a fuck who comes in to save them, even though they'd have to give up their lives for it. That's a quagmire. That's a hard place to be, man. When somebody feels that way, that's fucked up, man.
Don't go there, Leroy. Don't twist.
But that's what they said. I heard them say it. You literally heard the Iranian president.
Leroy, let me ask you this real quick. Leroy, let me ask you this.
Leroy,
hold on. Do you believe
that exactly what KRS said? He twisted it.
Yeah, I know, but that's why I want to let this moment happen. Do you believe that if America didn't have the freedom of religion, that it would be the same way?
What?
No, I'm asking you a question. It's very straightforward. Do you believe that if America did not have the freedom of religion, that we would be the same way? Yes or no?
I believe if America didn't have freedom of religion, would we be the same way in what regard to what?
Answer
my question. I want to be clear. I'm just trying to clarify in regards to the war or regards to Iran.
The same way how Iran is ran. So let's say hypothetically, America was only based upon Christianity, right? Let's say that if somebody, because we have national booty warriors out here in America, right? Let's say that they want to go around being top tier booty warriors. Wouldn't they be beheaded if they were going against? Because anybody that cheat on their wife Wouldn't that be all of those sins that they're committing? And we just went around.
Your question.
No, I'm not. I'm not complicating
Context.
anything. I'm literally saying. I'm literally
Just ask the question,
bro. Oh my God.
He asked the question, you didn't get it, so he gives you context.
Exactly. I'm giving you context because you were
Okay, go ahead. I'm trying to follow you, bro.
Okay, so what I'm saying is if America was only based upon Christianity and things that people do that are sins, which would be having sex before marriage, cheating on your wife, niggas being booty warriors. If all of that stuff goes against Christianity and people were over here doing that in America, do you not think that there would be someone here that would feel the same way how they feel in Iran?
I mean,
That's correct. The answer is yes.
Okay, no. I want him to answer that because he just said that it's fucked up. So I want to know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess so. I mean, no, I don't understand the question in the context of.
You don't get that.
the question. He got it.
What the?
Okay, yes. Okay, yes. Yeah. Now what? What exactly you trying to
lie, bro. Trump, that nigga's a fool, dude. I don't know, dog.
Yeah, we know you don't know.
No, but wait.
Yeah, you don't know.
Hold on.
You don't know.
This is simple. It's simple. If you listen to a new person that's in
write
Iran,
some things down and then come up and talk. I mean, seriously, in the middle of your half the sentence, it's like I don't know.
But if you listen to Iranian people who are the innocent ones with no arms and they've been getting killed, and they say they know that Trump and Israel is not there for them, but they just want to topple this regime. Anybody that can come in and do it.
That's wrong, brother. That's not what they
That's what they
said.
You're
twisting it. You're twisting it.
Hello, everybody. This is Monica. I'm your friendly moderator for now. This is Matt's room. Please follow, like, and subscribe to Matt. I think we need a little more order, a little less five miking. It seemed like Leroy got cut off in the middle of his mission in favor of giving him 30 seconds on the mic, and then whoever wants to pick up, go ahead.
Thank you, Monica. I appreciate it. So my thing is this. I actually heard, so there are other rooms you can go into where they're just arguing all day, all kinds of people, and they're all from the Iran, all over the Middle East, and they're really going at it. And I've heard just a couple of women from, over there saying, listen, we're not, and people were getting on them for celebrating. I'm like, how do you celebrate somebody coming in and killing our own people? You think you're crazy? Iranians against Iranians, they were going at it, calling each other names. So here's the bottom line. And she said, listen, we're not a disillusion. We know that Trump and Israel is not here for us, but we're tired of being slaughtered. We're tired of being...
Why are you lying?
We're tired of being killed, right? So I don't care if they kill the Iranian regime. As long as they get rid of them, we know they're going to kill us too. We just hope that they don't kill too many of us. This is what I heard. You tell me I didn't hear it?
Kill them. Doesn't that make sense?
The collateral damage. They believe the collateral damage. Listen, let me finish and I'll let you have it. I promise you. They're worrying about the collateral damage. Like the little girls. Look.
I just made a request that we have one mic.
Monica,
Interrupting
take
me
your
this
time.
time.
Me that just interrupted him. I'm trying to work, but I just can't listen to his bullshit, lying, stupid.
But Monica, darling, these niggas don't know what they're talking about, bro. Like, these niggas is stupid, bro.
Hold on.
Now, come on, dude.
Oh, she's asking you to let me finish. You can disagree.
Leroy,
you are
I can't hear because there are 17 people talking at the same time.
Right, hold on. So I think what's happening is, Leroy, maybe you're talking a little bit too long. Take another 15 seconds, but wrap it up.
Okay, thank you, Monica. Thank you very much.
Jacob, for your bitch ass comment, you get bitch ass moved into the goo. I will snipe.
Thank you. Thank you, Monica. So this is what I heard. I'm not making shit up.
Alright, Snipe. James is Snipe. Anyone else want a one-way ticket to Google? Happen.
So, listen, whether she meant it or not, that's a sentiment that came out of that needs to be considered. And I think that when you listen to people who are celebrating on the ground, I think that their sentiment needs to be included in the conversation, and that's all I'm saying.
Thank you, Leroy. Sarah, you had wanted to reply.
Were you talking to me? Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
all I want to say is one thing. I don't know why this sounds so complicated for you. If the government killed whatever number of people you guys want to believe, it's ridiculous. We have to argue with people over this. Whether the government says 3,000, the UN says 7,000, Trump said 36,000, people say over 50,000, whatever that number is, doesn't matter. After the government killed all those people, we only they want the regime, they don't want the regime. We don't have in between. People who don't want the regime, I don't know a single person who doesn't want the regime.
All right, Sarah, shut up. Hey, Monica, what did this want?
Okay, never mind. I thought his time out was over.
There is not a single person. If anybody who interrupts me, I don't understand. It's fucking 9 a.m. Why are people acting so fucking drunk?
Facts, Sarah. Go ahead.
It's fucking 9 a.m. We have two types of people. People who are with the government, which are maybe 10% at best. If they're lucky, they don't even have 10%. People who don't want the government. That's it. And people who don't want the government, I personally know nobody who says, oh no, they can't bomb us. You know why? How many people does IRGC, does the Iran government itself, how many people are they saying they killed, that America has killed? Anybody wants to Google that? I don't want to give any numbers and then you tell me I'm lying. You guys tell me, what is that number? 5,000? 10,000? Anybody wants to tell me in the 17 days war right now? Does anybody know?
But you, who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety, your force, I am the God who giveth all. 20 I ask you to sacrifice. I am the God who giveth all. 20 with might, life, love, force, fantasy, fire. These do I bring you. Mine hands are full of these. joy in the setting out. There is joy in the journey. There is joy in the goal. Then ye may know that ye have lost the golden thread, the thread wherewith I guide you to the heart of the groves of Eleusis. My disciples are proud and beautiful. They are strong and swift. They rule their way like mighty conquerors. 25. The weak, the timid, the imperfect, the cowardly, the poor, the tearful. These are mine enemies, and I am come to destroy them. This also is compassion, an end to the sickness of earth, a rooting out of the weeds, a watering of the flowers. 25. Oh, my children, ye are more beautiful than the flowers. Love you. I would sprinkle you with the divine dew of immortality. 29. This immortality is no vain hope beyond the grave. I offer you the certain consciousness of bliss. 30. I offer it at once on earth before an hour had struck upon the bell. Shall be with me in their bones, and are beyond decay.
Seek to enslave you. 11, I pour you lustral wine, that giveth you delight both at the sunset and the dawn. 12, come with me, and I will give you all that is desirable upon the earth. 13. Because I give you that of which earth and its joys are but as shadow. 14. They flee away, but my joy abideth even unto the end. 15. I have hidden myself beneath a mask. I am a shall ye approach me. Ye shall lay down your heads upon mine altar, expecting the sweep of the storm. But the first kiss of love shall be radiant on your lips, and all my darkness and terror shall turn to light and joy. 18. Only those who fear shall fail, those who have bent their backs to the yoke of slavery, until they can no longer stand upright. Then will I despise.
In the name of the Lord of initiation. Amen. 1. Is at hand. The end of sorrow is come. I will ravish you away into mine unutterable joy. I will kiss you and bring you to the bridal. I will spread a feast before you in the house of happiness. I am not come to rebuke you or to enslave you. I bid you not. When come against sorrow, against weariness, against them that seek to enslave you. In the name of the Lord of initiation. Amen. When I fly and I alight as an hawk, of mother of emerald are my mighty sweeping wings. 2. I swoop down upon the black earth, and it gladdens into green at my coming. 3 children of earth, rejoice, rejoice exceedingly, for your salvation is at hand. The end of sorrow is come. I will ravish you away into mine unutterable joy. I will kiss you and bring you to the bridal. I will spread a feast before you in the house of happiness. To rebuke you or to enslave you. 7. I bid you not turn from your voluptuous ways, from your idleness, from your follies. But I bring you joy to your pleasure, peace to your languor, wisdom to your folly. 9. All that ye do is right, if so be that ye enjoy it. 10. I am come against sorrow, against weariness, while their and ferocity. Be flexible and attentive to images like the unbeings, but avoid idleness and changeability. Be laborious and patient like the gnomes, but avoid grossness and avarice. 20. So shalt thou Rachel develop the powers of thy soul, and fit thyself to command the spirits of the elements. Forbid thou to sonic gnomes to pander to thine avarice. Thou wouldst no longer command them, but they would command thee. Wouldst thou abuse the pure beings of the woods and mountains to fill thy coffers and satisfy thy hunger of gold? Wouldst thou debase the spirits of living fire to serve thy fire? Thou violate the purity of the souls of the waters to pander to thy lust of debauchery? Wouldst thou force the spirits of the evening breeze to minister to thy folly? Know that with such desires thou canst but at the weak, not the strong, and in that case the weak will have power over thee.
You gotta come up on stage.
21! Therefore take heed that thou blaspheme not the name by which another knoweth is God. For if thou do this thing in Jupiter, thou wilt blaspheme. HB. Be thou therefore prompt and active as the sylphs, but avoid frivolity and caprice. Be energetic and strong like the salamanders. Without having any legislation or plan to bring in those manufacturing jobs that you are referencing back to America to make our lives cheaper. And then again, there is no reason that those corporations
them because they don't like what's being said, apparently. Pretty annoying. Okay, we're going to do what's called reading a book. We're almost finished with what's called a book. And I've been reading what's called a book about, 2-3 weeks now. We're about finished with it. We're getting close. This is it, The Secret Key of the Mysteries by Eliphas Levi, a.k.a. Crowley. Astral writings are often ridiculous or obscene. I think I read all these already. Dr. Brière de Bosemont, in his curious treatise, Traité des Hallucinations, tells us that a man perfectly sane who had never had to behold, who gnashed his teeth upon him, and gave himself over to the most hideous contortions. He woke with a start. It was already day. He jumped from his bed and was frozen with terror on seeing, really present, the frightful object of his dream. The monkey was there, the exact image of the monkey of the nightmare, equally absurd, equally terrible, even making the same grimaces. He could not believe his eyes. He remained nearly half an hour motionless, observing this singular phenomena, and asking himself whether he was delirious or mad. Ultimately, he approached the phantasm to touch it, and it vanished. Cornelius Gemma, in his Historiae Critique Universelle, says that in the year 454, in the island of Candia, the phantom of Moses with his finger the horizon in the direction of the Holy Land. The news of this prodigy spread abroad, and the Israelites rushed towards the shore in a mob. All saw or pretended to see the marvelous apparition. They were in number 20,000, according to the chronicler, whom we suspect to be slightly exaggerating in this respect. To grow hot and imaginations wild, they believe in a miracle more startling than was a The Jews form in a close column and run towards the sea. The rear ranks push the front ranks frantically. They think they see the pretended Moses walk upon the water. Shocking disaster resulted. Almost all that multitude was drowned. The hallucination was only extinguished with the life of the greater number of those unhappy visionaries. Human thought creates what it imagines. The phantoms of superstition project their deformities on the astral light and live upon the same terrors which give them birth. That black giant which reaches its wings from east to west to hide the light from the world, that monster who devours souls, that frightful divinity of ignorance and frightful reality. In our dogma et ritual de la haute magie, we represented him as the shadow of God. And in saying that, we still hid the half of our thought. God is light without shadow. The devil is only the shadow of the phantom of God. The phantom of God, that last idol of the earth, that anthropomorphic spectre which maliciously makes himself invisible, that finite personification of the infinite, that invisible whom one cannot see without dying at least to intelligence and to reason, since in order to see the invisible, one must be mad. Phantom Chile, without being either absolute being or an abstract being or the collection of beings, the intellectual infinite, in a word, is so difficult to imagine. Besides, every imagination makes its creator an idolater. He is obliged to believe in it, Our spirit should be silent before him. The heart alone has the right to give him a name. Our Father.
Because of the way he was acting when he was leaving. And like I said, this is the first time he ever hung out with these people. Like, you've been working with them for 2 years, and now all of a sudden, you going out to the bar with them just for an occasion, and you acting nervous. Like,
Just for occasion, you acting.
Reading a book, Mystery, Rabbi Levi, Jewish Kabbalah. Magical Mysteries, Chapter 1, Through the Will. The dignity of man consists in doing what he will, and in willing the good, in conformity with the knowledge of truth. The good in conformity with the true is the just. Justice is the practice of reason. Reason is the word of reality. Reality is the science of truth. Truth is idea, identical with being. Man arrives at the absolute idea of being by two roads, experience and hypothesis. Hypothesis is probable when it is necessitated by the teachings of experience. The last word of Voltaire was this contradictory formula: God and liberty. God, that is to say, a supreme master, excludes every idea of liberty as the school of Voltaire understood it. And liberty, by which is meant an absolute independence of any master, which excludes all idea of God. Nothing resists the will of man when he knows the truth, and to will evil is to will death. Perverse will is a beginning of suicide. To will good with violence is to will evil, for violence produces disorder, and disorder produces evil. One can, and one should, accept evil as the means of good, but one must never will it or do it. Otherwise, one would destroy with one hand what one builds with the other. Good faith never justifies bad means. It corrects them when one undergoes them, and condemns them when one takes them. To have the right to possess and long. To pass one's life in willing what it is impossible to possess always is to abdicate life and accept the eternity of death. The more obstacles the will surmounts, the stronger it is. It is for this reason that Christ glorified poverty and sorrow. When the will is vowed to the absurd, it is reproved by eternal reason. The will of the just man is the will of God himself and the law of nature. So be it, which confirms acts of faith. When one creates phantoms for oneself, or puts vampires into the world, one must nourish these children of a voluntary nightmare with one's blood, one's life, one's intelligence, and one's reason without ever satisfying them. To affirm and to will what ought to be is to create. To affirm and will what ought not to be is to destroy. Light, subnote, meaning again the special light spoken of previously. Light is an electric fire put by nature at the service of the light. The empire of the world is the empire of the light. Great intellects whose wills are badly balanced are like comets which are aborted suns. To do nothing is as fatal as to do evil, but it is more cowardly. The more unpardonable of mortal sins is inertia. And in astral writings are often ridiculous or obscene. I think I read all these already.
Obviously, for the children, for the sake of the goddamn children. How are
Frito-Lay's, you know, for the compensation. They look like shit. They smell like shit. Their brain ain't shit. They don't even got no spirituality about them. They atheists. So there's literally, you can't point to one thing. I used to be able to at least, if there's a, you know, a mini BBW, I'll call it a mini BBW compared to today, right? Meaning that she was just one hamburger over the limit. They used to be acceptable because the benefits that came with them, they earned a paycheck, they was cooking, you know, food, and they was compensating. Today, this one, when I look at this woman, I see a D-ranked Pokemon that nobody wants to catch. Like, they just, you know how when you going through those forests and shit, and you're like, damn, I'm just getting hit up by all these fucking on that. So,
Nino.
For the love of God, can you please? I don't know what we have to do, scorch earth, meteorite, but this is it's not sustainable.
Nino, do you know who Valentine is?
Nah, who's that?
Like Saint Valentine?
You mean like the Italian Catholic? Yeah.
Yeah, but what made him famous?
No clue.
He would perform secret marriages because the government outlawed marriage. And so what I'm trying to say is that if you go on Hinge or Bumble, there are across the whole country in every major city, you're talking about millions of women who are obese. And we're not talking just like fat. We're talking obese. They're double vaxxed, triple boosted. And actually help people overcome their complications, because their biggest obstacle, it has to be their anger, like not going to the gym, not eating right, not doing all the things to essentially reverse the years of tumult, and falling down the hill, because they're fully cooked. They are rotisserie chicken. They are rotisserie chicken that has been on the spigot for 20 years too long. They never got off the ride at the carnival. So all I'm trying to say is, if you can help and not, insult or make even angrier, but try to reverse engineer where you want them to go, it's possible to help them get into a flow state. And I think it all has to do with your communication. So the secret is in the library, in my opinion.
I'm glad you brought that up, and this is the issue. So back in the day, we used to have something called summer school. Unfortunately, the No Child Left Behind kind of eliminated that, and maybe we need to bring back summer school someone in this other room brought up charm school. So they used to have charm school, and again, I'm not the right one at the end of the day, unfortunately, to be a mentor to these women, because I've tried with my own sister, and again, she's hard-headed, and she don't even want to listen to the aunties. She don't want to listen to because her mom is dumb. Well, not okay. Her mom is not dumb, but her mom is one of the most vindictive, manipulative, and socio have tried again. So I believe that men need to mentor men and women need to mentor women. There are certain cross topics where they can be mentored by the opposite gender, but a lot of times what I'm seeing is
astral writings are often ridiculous or obscene.
Specific.
I think I read all these already. Okay, this is this video. I'm going to start a new live and finish reading these axioms.
So they know that if the moderate, if the peaceful Muslims say stop, we don't. Guess what? They get killed. It happened in Iraq. I talked to
The Jews form in a close column and run towards the sea. The rear ranks push the front ranks frantically. They think they see the pretended Moses walk upon the water. Shocking disaster resulted. Almost all that multitude was drowned. The hallucination was only extinguished with the life of a greater number of those unhappy visionaries. Human The empire of the world is the empire of the light. Great intellects whose wills are badly balanced are like comets which are aborted suns. To do nothing is as fatal as to do evil, but it is more cowardly. The more unpardonable of mortal sins is inertia. Empire of the light. The empire of the world is the empire of the light. Great intellects whose wills are badly balanced which excludes all idea of God. He is obliged to believe in it and worship it. Our spirit should be silent before him. The heart alone has the right to give him a name. Our Father.
So they know that if the moderate, if the peaceful Muslims say, stop, we don't, guess what? They get killed. It happened in Iraq. I talked to a guy who
Chicago's St. Patrick's Day tradition got an even greener twist today, thanks to Mayor John Kitover, dressed as a leprechaun.
I should say Persians are being used to attack Iran. And I would say, I'll
father's generation, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids running down and lying about their age, lying about their education to join the service. The Jews. Hallucination was only extinguished with the life of the greater number of those unhappy visionaries. Human
Every country has an issue with in the world. So if I went to anyone and said, this is a problem, they'd quickly understand it. I'm not reinventing any wheels. And the design can be quite simple or it can be extremely complex.
Hello?
That negates the use of soil on the land, and you can design a project in like an extra small scale or an extra large scale, and it can be sort of informative, educational, community based. You could design housing around the farm. You could do so many things. You could go to an existing building and then repurpose it to involve farming, an educational facility, say like workspaces, workshop spaces, art spaces. And then also you could go to big shipping companies like, for example, Mitsui OSK Lines. They're an international freight company. They're like the biggest in the world. And I know someone that's working in the marketing team there in management. So that's like the Japanese government. Anyway, so that's a very and then we can decide what that is and whether it's an educational facility or otherwise. So I guess today is an open discussion to sort of talk about potential ideas or buildings or any sort of feasible situations or spaces that you see that has potential to be designed and also executed. So I guess that's a summary of what's been going on.
Yeah, and basically, guys, like this is how I think you can monetize on Zach. Is build a relationship with someone like Chris, and then offer your creative services. Like that's what I'm gonna do. So
Boom. Anyway, yeah. No. But yeah, that's the discussion.
Yeah, I think looking at a shopping centre or a mall is an interesting opportunity because you've obviously got so many units and there's so much work involved, and that's also something that can involve the community, that can better not only obviously the mall but the entire like the surrounding area. So that's a great idea, and that would be say like a large scale project.
It would be sick if you like partnered with like Whole Foods for it too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Whole Foods actually were a client.
Amazon.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Which means they got money. We ain't fucking with no broke ass.
Hey Augustus, this is Strength. I'm requesting. I'd like to interrupt your fascinating conversation. I really enjoyed it because, I work in real estate, I work in gardening, farming, and education. And so it's all topically relevant to my life. And I appreciate you, Chris. It was beautiful. And I hope that you're able to, really maximize your opportunities. And Augustus is the man to help you optimize. If you look at his website above, Alien Cult Shop, you will see.
That's my friend's website, but yeah.
Oh, how did he build that site? It's fantastic.
I think he used AI.
Well, I would love for him to create a Chicago t-shirt website for me, and I would pay him to do ship Chicago t-shirts to anyone. If he could build me the site, it would be amazing.
Of a greater number of those unhappy visionaries.
But anyways, see that book that I'm holding? I was wondering if I can request 30 to 60 seconds of your time to read you a few axioms, and they're really interesting.
Yeah, dude, you hit us with a 60-second.
Okay, this is your 60 seconds.
First tell us what the book is before, I consent to anything.
It's called The Key of the Mysteries.
Oh, okay.
It's basically like it's magic, but you don't know it, but the American founders considered all of this stuff, and it's in our Constitution and all of our founding paperwork, because the paradox is the two words God and liberty, because they're actually completely opposed to one another. So how do you discuss it or rationalize it or reason it? That's what it's trying to answer. But this is just, I'll give you 30, 60 seconds. Tell me when to stop. This is the first axiom. Nothing resists the will of man when he knows the truth and wills the good. To will evil is to will death. A perverse will is a is to will evil, for violence produces disorder, and disorder produces evil. One can and one should accept evil as the means of good, but one must never will it or do it. Otherwise, one would destroy one, hand what one builds with the other. Good faith never justifies bad means. It corrects them when one undergoes them, and condemns them when one takes them. To have the right to possess always, one must will patiently and long. To pass one's life in willing what it is impossible to possess always is to abdicate life. Stronger it is for this reason that Christ glorified poverty and sorrow. When the will is vowed to the absurd, it is reproved by eternal reason. The will of the just man is the will of God himself and the law of nature. It is by the will that the intelligence sees. If the will is...
I like to stop there. By intelligence does the universe see? I mean, it's truly fascinating, right? Like, the idea that, like, Christ... Can you hear me? Hello?
Shit.
Yeah.
I missed that one.
That he inflicts suffering, right? Because it's through suffering do you open a channel for your higher power to come in on both apps, X and Clubhouse. I'm getting in an elevator. You guys talk.
Oh, hello. Yeah, so
Hello.
if we've already discussed like say shopping centres and malls, does anyone else have any ideas about like their community or a building they see?
Okay, we're gonna just drop that. Okay, these are Augustus Palante T-shirts. They're $19.99 each. You can go to the House PTR to see it. This is Communication Consultant.
What's the life of a greater number of those unhappy visionaries?
Okay, this is Augustus Palante T-shirts, $19.99 each. Contact Augustus Palante to buy one of his amazing Hello T-shirts. Hello? This is Hello T-shirts. Oh, Nick is here. Hello? About to end the room, Nick, unless you want to say something.
Hi, I'm Broccoli. I help. Without my. First of all, I think it's obvious. People want to know where their money's.
Okay, this has been the communication consultant. Hello?
Obviously nasty, but making it from public school is kind of crazy. And they
Okay, this is John Kitover. Vote for John for Chicago mayor. Go to ChicagoMayorVote.com right now.
But you, who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety, I am the God who giveth all. 20 I ask you to sacrifice. Nothing at mine altar.
This is John Kitover. Vote for John for Chicago mayor. Go to ChicagoMayorVote.com right now. If you want to be a part of the fun, if you want to be a part of the new John Kitover campaign for Chicago mayor, we need your help. And as a qualified and experienced crisis actress, I'm sure you will be invaluable to the campaign. How are you, Danny?
I'm very sad. I got blocked by Carmelita today.
Well, welcome to John Kitover. Do you know who John Kitover is?
It's like a brother to me.
John Kitover is like a brother to a single mother. You're like my sister from another mother.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm really depressed today. I don't know why.
That's okay. That's because
But your song was uplifting.
Have you said Shema yet? Go ahead, Danny. Shema Yisrael.
Israel.
Adonai Eloheinu. Adonai. Oh, please hold. Sorry, Hashem was calling. Adonai Echad. Okay, we're going to Shalom. Now tell us how you feel.
Have you seen Zoolander?
Yep.
When he answers the phone, he's like, God. You know?
Okay, so this is also a top secret Kabbalah MK Ultra NLP programming room. Congratulations! This is called MK Ultra NLP for girls that don't feel so good because they're single mothers with a baby, with a little boy. This is your NLK Ultra PSYOP Kabbalah injection.
Honestly, like, my son is the best thing that ever happened to me, but I don't deserve it.
Well, this is like winning the lottery. Because once you get programmed, essentially, you know, it's like winning the lottery. But yeah, because you know how Jeffrey Epstein won the lottery?
Noro Ranch Trust.
Yeah, how did he win?
I heard he was blackmailing someone somewhere. But I don't think I want to be. I want to be a good person. Yeah, I want to do the right thing.
Good for you. Okay.
Life is really hard, though. For retards like me that don't read books.
What was the name of the nonprofit in Zoolander? Girls that don't like children that don't read good books and such. Like, what was the name of the nonprofit? Do you remember?
Forget. And he's like, what is this for ants?
Let me see what it was.
People that don't read
good books are so good.
Oh, it's all so hard.
The Derek Zoolander Center for Kids Who Can't Read Good and want to learn to do other stuff good too.
Yes.
The John Kitover Center for Kids Who Can't Read Good. Oh my God, I'm gonna open that.
That movie is such a like MK Ultra movie. Like when it's like Cletus. And they like program the models to like assassinate.
It is actually a whole movie about MK Ultra.
It's like Manchurian Candidate, but like
Manchurian Candidate, MK Ultra.